This has been your year, Priya.
Thank you.
Aaja Habib has just been rocking it. Literally days after you launched that fabulously sultry and exotic and sexy video on YouTube, you got just a tremendous amount of views. Talk to me about how it felt, you know, when you figured out that, oh my God, people are really resonating to this video and to this song.
I was really shocked, to be honest. I didn't expect that kind of response. You know, when you're an artist, you're putting out music, you really have high hopes for it, but you just don't know where it's going to go. So, I mean, I tried to do my best with promoting it as much as I could on social media, and, you know, just had high hopes.
And those high hopes obviously have paid dividends.
Yes.
When you were writing the song, when you were coming up with the concept and the storyboard with your team about what this video is actually going to be and how you're going to take the words of that song to the video platform, you know, what were the thoughts that were going on in your head? Because, I mean, you just totally brought the sexy to that song.
Thank you so much. I totally wanted it to encompass like the modern South Asian woman and show that we can rock it. I really feel that we're strong, we're sexy, we're independent, we're fierce, and we're not scared to go after what we want. So this video was actually like very Bollywood inspired, because again, I also wanted to show that we could do Bollywood anywhere.
Absolutely, and you don't have to be a Bollywood star in India to do this. And then, you know, and but you kind of brought your own you know, feel and vibe to the Bollywood-esque version of your song. I mean, there's a lot of that kind of Middle Eastern vibe. I mean, you know, was this song kind of like a tribute to the various genres of music that you love?
Yes, growing up, I've listened to so much Bollywood music. I'm such a true lover of 70s Bollywood, and then Middle Eastern. It's just so exotic, and I wanted to mesh it with something that's current, with like, you know, dance beat, because I love dance music as well. So that's where that whole inspiration came from.
And how do you feel now that, you know, the song's out there and you're getting the kind of buzz like all over the world, literally, with this song? You know, how do you feel about that?
I feel really good, but the work's not done. So I have to keep moving forward and thinking about my next songs.
And what are you thinking about?
I'm going to be doing some Bollywood work, and as well, like, I mean, I do have a little versatility, so I do like, you know, English dance music as well. So I'll be putting out tracks, a combination of those.
I'm totally excited about that.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking about Bollywood, you've actually already collaborated with one of the biggest legends in, you know, global music today from our community, of course, Mika Singh.
Yeah.
Tell me how that came about.
He actually heard my music, and he contacted me when he was in Toronto. And
so he contacted you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And at that time, unfortunately, I wasn't too aware of who he was, because like I'm not always following Bollywood. I'm in and out of that circuit. So I was shocked when I found out who he was, Daler Mendy's brother.
Yes.
On top of it, like, you know, one of the biggest rising stars in India. Like, he had just put out something at that time.
Yeah.
And that was blowing up all over India. So yeah, he contacted me and he's like, you know, would you like to work together? I'm in Toronto. And so then I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. And
I mean, yeah.
And so then we hooked up a studio, and we spent like a whole summer putting together tracks for his next album.
And then, so did you make it on his album?
Yes, I did.
So talk to me about that.
Okay, so I did some songs, like a rap song called Nazare Milane Wali. I did Whiskey Party Special. So a lot of these songs were fused with Hindi, and then I brought the English lyrics.
Okay, got it. So that's how you guys collaborated?
Yes, we did.
So Mika Singh and that collaboration that you did, that was hugely successful. I know that obviously must have whet your appetite to want to perhaps move more into some collaborative efforts with musical artists. What are some of the musical artists that, if you had this, you know, amazing one wish, who would be some of those artists that you would want to collaborate with, and why?
I think I would love to work with Mariah Carey, first of all. She's just amazing singer, and I think I could learn a lot from her.
Okay.
I love her strength, and I love that she's a mom and she's still doing her thing. Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce.
So you talked a bit about some of these incredible female, strong personalities that you'd love to work with. I mean, Is that really truly because you yourself just see yourself, you know, in that light, that avatar of being like this great, powerful Amazonian woman?
Yes, I love those women because they're so empowering, and they don't give a shit about what anyone else thinks. They're just doing their thing. They've been surrounded by a lot of like negativity, as much as positivity, but a lot of negativity comes with being in this profession. They're constantly under a microscope. So they've dealt with a lot of gossip and rumors, and they still cut it. Like, they're still doing their thing. And
you know, and the interesting thing is that in our community, especially over the last few hundred years, there's been kind of like this culture that, you know, women are more subservient, and, you know, women don't really get to be, you know, these emancipated, liberated, powerful beings that, you know, we've been created to be.
Yes.
I mean, when you go back thousands of years and you look at our, you know, heritage and truly, you know, the roots of our culture, you see, all, especially in the Hinduism, for example, you see so many powerful, strong role models in the Devis. None of them took any shit at all.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, somehow our community, our culture, the politics, you know, surrounding, you know, just the whole gender component of our community has brought our women down from, you know, who we truly are meant to be and who we have always been, historically speaking. Now we're in this whole, you know, movement with, you know, women like you and a lot of these women that you just mentioned, where we're truly coming back into our own as women, and we're taking charge of our lives, and we're saying that, you know, we have the right to be who we are destined to be based on what we feel we need to be. And I know that this is a real strong component of the kind of music you put together. Of course, with Aaja Habib, you're basically saying, you know, I think it's okay to be sexy. I think it's okay to put it out there that, you know, I'm allowed to be a woman. You know? So, and a part of being, you know, the woman that you are, and the fabulous woman that you are, is you're also a mom. You know, you're a daughter, you're married, and there's all these other components to who you are, and all these many avatars of, you know, being the feminine that you are. And somehow you have to kind of put them all together and give enough importance to all these different roles, which is really difficult to do. Right? Especially as, you know, the emerging artist that you are, especially that you're having such a hot year. How do you personally kind of, you know, figure out how to do all these things and to keep them all, you know, top of mind and give them all the value that they need to have? Because that's very difficult to do when you're a working woman as well.
Well, number one, I'm really, really busy all the time, but I really have to give credit to the people who are around me, like from my husband to my parents to my son. They're all so understanding and so supportive of what I do, that's what really helps me. Yeah,
and I guess that's what kind of gives you the, you know, the strength and just the tools you need to face every single challenge as a female South Asian in the entertainment business. Right? What kind of, you know, negative experiences have you kind of been up against? I mean, have you had this whole, oh, you are a woman, so, you know, you're not going to kind of get the respect in the industry that men get? Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, there's still a huge gender bias, especially within our community when it comes to, you know, the entertainment business.
It's really unfortunate that it still exists. Like, I mean, we're in what, 2014? Like, it's time to grow up. I do. I have my struggles. It's either being hit on, or it's being disrespected or not taken seriously. So I really have low tolerance for that. It's like, you know what? Either you're on my team and we're going to work together and you're going to respect what I say for this project, or you're out.
No,
and I think you,
damn girl,
I think you can relate to that. You know,
absolutely.
Because, like, I mean, I'm out there. Like, I'm out there to do my thing. I'm there to succeed. It's not a game.
Yeah, absolutely. And a part of that succeeding for you is what? What do you want to do beyond what you've already done? I mean, clearly you're a singer-songwriter. You're looking at collaborations with people. Beyond that, who would the Priya brand be? Because you can't survive in today's pop cultural world without identifying with a specific brand. Who are you?
The Priya brand is all about being sexy, sophisticated, knowing what you want, and being independent, not being afraid. Like, you are vulnerable. I'm a vulnerable person. I have moments where I'm vulnerable, but that strengthens me, and I use that to my advantage. So it's all about knowing who you are, and I think that's what Priya stands for.
That's great.
Thank you.
And so, great role model for all those aspiring girls out there. What would you say to those girls out there that aspire to, just really go after their passion, whatever it may be?
Well, I'm working with a few girls that are aspiring to go out there and do it, and I constantly tell them, like, keep going at it, don't quit, and don't listen to anyone that tells you otherwise. Like, it's really important to stick around with positive people. Yeah. It is so, it's a delicate frame of mind for an artist to begin with, and you're standing on a platform where everyone's watching you. Yeah. You need to surround yourself with people who are only going to uplift you. Yes. So that's number one. Yes. And number two is practice. Yes. And keep at your craft, make it flawless.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you've been practicing and practicing and practicing.
Oh, yeah.
We have got, absolutely, and you're on the ANOKHI list this year.
Oh my gosh, that is so humbling. I don't know how. I'm just thankful. Like, it's so humbling and amazing.
How did you feel when you got the call? Because I know that you were kind of like, huh?
Yes, I was. I was just shocked because, the kind of people that you have on there, like Priyanka Chopra, Jay Sean, and then my name's on there, it's amazing. Like, it's the most amazing feeling.
Well, what our platform is not an elitist platform. We recognize success on every level. Yeah. Whether it is someone that's, people should know about, but they don't, but they're incredibly talented. Someone that's just had like a pop year, like yourself. Yeah. Or people that just truly have a global, success story. We really, as a platform and as a media, especially for our community, regionally, nationally, and internationally, truly is to tell everyone, the different milestones of success that a career is all about. A lot of people just want to talk about those that are A-listers. Yes. Or they just want to talk about people that are just in the glamour industries. For me, the success of a community is defined by, shouting from the rooftops every level of success in every industry that exists. That is what truly shows the strength of success in a community. And this is why we do the annual ANOKHI list every year. There's people from all different industries involved in it. There are people on all different levels of success that get honored, and so rightfully they should. My thing is that if I have to wait tons and tons of years and become this tremendous global superstar for anyone to look at me and say, you've made something happen, I think it's really sad. I think that everybody at every milestone of life should sit down and say to themselves, I just accomplished something that mattered. And that's what ANOKHI is all about. That's what the ANOKHI list is all about. And that's what our awards show is about. You are performing, girlfriend.
Oh yes, and I'm opening a show, and we got a really good show planned. But getting back to what you're saying, I think this is what I really love, what ANOKHI stands for. The platform that you give other artists. Like, we work our butts off. Yes. And
you're gonna say ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I was like,
that's okay, I said it for you.
Yeah, okay. But we work our butts off, and I think that it's amazing that it's being recognized.
Absolutely, and so it should be, my darling.
Thank you.
So what are you planning on doing throughout 2014? Is it going to be a year of songwriting for you? Are you going to tour? What are you doing?
There's more, Priya. There's more music coming out. There's going to be some hot collaborations. Maybe some Bollywood stuff. I don't want to release anything out too soon, but yeah.
So this is like that next level of Priya now, right?
Yes, absolutely. You just have to keep rising. You keep going further and further, I think.
And if there's that one mantra, that one quote or saying that you always go to pull strength for yourself in those times of weakness, what is that? What is that saying? Where do you go?
No excuses. That's my mantra. Anytime I want to hit the gym and I'm too tired, or anytime, like, you know, going to the studio and I'm tired, or just anything, like even when I feel like quitting, it's like no excuses.
Yeah.
You can do this.
No excuses, darling. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the rest of your life is going to be tremendous with a saying like that. I look forward to the
Thank
rest of
you.
the journey.
Thank you
Every
so
single
much.
time you have something new coming down the pipe, you got to hit us up. Let us know, because we got to make sure that the world out there knows who the Priya brand is and keep you top of mind.
Thank you
for
so
being a part of the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my dear. Thank you.